please stand for the pledge? And I'd like to have Scout Troop 1489, Sunrise District from St. Clair Shores, come forward and lead us in the pledge. Come on up. Come on up here. There you go. All right. Whenever you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll stand just for a few minutes. I'd like to take a minute and have a moment of silence for the tragic events that happened in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Go sit down. Roll call, please.
Bunton,
Here.
Campbell, Dempsey,
Here.
Ford,
Here.
Hill, Crop, Menser,
Here. Yes. Okay, announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports. Tonight we have a presentation to Turning Point by Eagle Scout Ronnie Woldman. I'd like to first, before I call Ronnie up, and I think Karn Bates-Gager is here from Turning Point. Ronnie's project was to help the women and children of Turning Point who often have to leave their home without their basic needs and clothing. Ronnie's paper product drive, he was able to get many items to donate along with some monetary donations that he wants to contribute to Turning Point. So Ronnie does have a little speech he'd like to make, and if you would come forward and just right into the mic.
Thank you, Miss Mayor Dempsey. Good evening, Mayor Dempsey, distinguished guests, my assistant scoutmaster, scouts, and my loving and supportive parents. I want to thank you for all of you coming today and share this moment with me. As some of you may know, I am a 17-year-old Eagle Scout candidate with autism. I am wrapping up my project. There's so much that I've learned from doing this, and the biggest part is that we need to be thankful for what we have, because not everyone has a loving family and supportive people in their lives. And with some of my research, once a disability is diagnosed, that is a huge reason why families split up. When families split up, it is not always a peaceful manner. Some women are forced to grab their kids in the middle of the night, and they go to find a seeking shelter. This is where Turning Point Mount Clemens comes in. This is where Turning Point Mount Clemens comes in. Most times these women and children only have the clothes on their backs when they arrive at the office. This brings me to my project. My project was to have a paper product drive so that these women and children arrive. They have the necessities to make and eat a meal, to brush their teeth, and to use the bathroom and clean themselves afterwards. All this was done in May and June of this past spring and summer. And now I have the remaining balance of my account that I used to start work on and finish this product present to my charity. So now I would like to call Miss Karen up to receive this check from my Eagle Scout account from the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 1489. This check is for $514.79.
As all of us see, this is very emotional. So, Ryan, you did one heck of a job. He came to me, when was that, about a year ago?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be hard for me to talk about this because I've been involved for almost a year now, right? Trying to put this project going. You know, so. This was quite a undertaking, and on behalf of myself and the City Commission and all the citizens of Mount Clemens, we hereby congratulate you on your successful completion of your Eagle Scout project to benefit Turner Point. And I apologize for my emotions on this, but you did a great job.
Just as a quick thing, thank you, Miss Karen, for this wonderful opportunity to work with you, and thank you for the Boy Scouts of America for supporting me all these years and helping me to get to this point in my life. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
I just want to say one thing. When Ronnie came to me, we kind of figured out what kind of a project would work for him, and we decided on this paper drive. And then the day he decided to drop, we had picked a day for drop off, and I get the call. Ronnie's like, "I'm on my way," and this giant trailer pulls into our parking lot, and it's loaded, just loaded with paper products for Turning Point. And I couldn't be happier, and I know that it all came from the citizens of Mount Clemens, because he told me that when he did his drive, he papered his neighborhood, which I know that you live in his neighborhood, Barb, so thank you for that. And it was amazing that he and his scouts put together such a great project for us, and we are very, very grateful for all the paper products, as well as this check, Ronnie, and I do want to be invited to that court of honor.
Absolutely.
So, thank you, Ronnie, and thank you for this, for your commendation as well, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any other announcements? Do you have any announcements?
Yes. Mayor, if I'd like to just give a brief update of the meetings for October. On October 3rd, we have the Beautification Committee at 7:00 p.m. here at City Hall in the second floor conference room. The Zoning Board of Appeals meeting scheduled for October 3rd has been canceled, as is the Planning Commission meeting scheduled for October 3rd. The Retirement Board of Trustees will be meeting on October 9th at 10:00 a.m. in the second floor conference room. The Historical Commission will be meeting on October 11th in the Employee Lounge in the second floor at 7:00 p.m. The Housing Commission will be meeting on October 17th at 7:00 p.m. in the second floor conference room, and the Harbor Commission will be meeting on October 31st at 9:00 a.m. in the second floor conference room.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. Adoption of the agenda?
Motion to approve the, oh, go ahead. I move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Roll call?
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Okay, this is public participation time. This is the time you may address this body. All we ask is that you give us your name and residential address, and that you adhere to our 3-minute rule. So the mic is open.
Thank you very much. Joyce Stroh, 160 South Highland, Mount Clemens, Michigan. I have two things that I want to address according to what we heard earlier with the presentation. Number one, the retention pond does not need pesticides. We don't need any more of that in our air or our water. All they have to do is install a pumping system so the water is constantly circulating with a fountain. No insects will breed. Number two, I want you to consider looking at Mount Clemens as an aerial view and notice, you already know how much nonprofit, low-income housing we have. There's not a balance. We need more middle and higher income to keep our people in Mount Clemens. Please consider that when you vote. And last, I want to say I am honored to have been here tonight to witness this young man.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Hi, Matthew Fortier, 165 Floral Avenue. And unfortunately, I can't put a face on the impact that the development, proposed development would have right now, because my children aren't here. I have 5 children. One is just 2 weeks old, and 5.5-year-old twins, and a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Right now, as it stands, with no development, the traffic is horrendous down Floral Avenue. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, regularly, there's blasting music out of cars. I can't imagine another 200 cars being added to the ingress, the exit and entrance onto Floral Avenue. This is going to drastically, negatively, adversely impact our community. And I want to help the city, as well as my own children, have a nice place and a safe place. I don't know how the crime studies have been investigated here for this presentation was given. That's another factor that has come to mind. I think it was presented that 50% of the city is tax-exempt property.
48.
40%. How can we possibly seriously consider a proposal that's going to add $1,900 each month? That's it? I mean, besides looking at the actual physical and logistical sense of the presentation, financially, it would be stupid, in my opinion. I mean, just looking from a purely analytical perspective from finances. It wouldn't be intelligent. We're struggling. I love this city. I love our community. But how can we go and make a financial decision that would be not, I mean, all of us are thinking people here, and we need to make sure that we do a good, sound decision-making process. And I know, I mean, that's why we're here, and I'm not accusing that. So, but I'm just like dumbfounded that we would even look at seriously something like this when we have, I remember it was a year ago, I heard that, in fact, it came from authority here, so it wasn't me, that we have a glut of senior housing in the city already, that there are vacancies for senior housing in our city. Why do we want to add more low income? They don't have to call it low income, but that's the reality of it. Why would we want to add more low income housing to our city when we already have a glut of it? And I have other things to say, but I know we have a limited time here, but you know, I'm very passionate, just because I live there, but this is our community. We want to do what we can do to help improve it. And obviously, we're going to take the financial you know, factors into account here. So anyways, I hope we seriously review everything and make prudent decision here. Sorry.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Laura Fournier, 70 Lodwick. So now we've heard what the gentleman had to say, and I was very disappointed. I was really hoping they were going to propose something other than a pilot. But unfortunately, that is the proposal, and I think the whole, it's not only just low income versus what housing is there or whatever. It is a balance in the city, and our balance is so flipped to between 48% of no tax and then low tax. We struggle in this city, and we have to have a better balance in order for the city to survive and provide the services to all the neighborhoods that we need. We already are struggling with roads and sidewalks and so many other infrastructure things that we can't afford to fix, and then they're going to come in and do all of this, and and they're going on a $23,000 increase in taxes. That is absurd to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
And my name is Rick Block. I still live on Cambridge, 207 Cambridge. Excuse me. Trying to remember, I think it was in August, but it could have been July. I made a offhand comment at this particular microphone that you have your public participation at the front of the meeting so no one really gets a chance to ask questions or inquire about things that may happen. Now, tonight at the work session, that was very evident. 4 or 5 people came up and said, I'd like to say something, but I don't really know anything about it. Well, now they know something about it. Now they can speak. I've been kind of watching the comments and responses to public participation inquiries, and I don't believe I've seen any kind of response to that. Is there any kind of discussion, inquiry, possibility maybe of moving the public participation to a later time in the meeting? By the time something is discussed or whatever, it's 2 weeks before we know about it and get a chance to, it's 2 weeks before we would get a chance to ask a question about it. By that time, it may have been voted on already because it was something you're going to vote on this evening or that particular meeting. So again, I guess I'll make an official comment this time. Is there any plan to do something about moving that or having an additional public participation toward the end of the meeting to ask specific questions about what may or may not have transpired that night? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Have something to say? Come to the mic.
I have a question.
Come up here. It's all right. He's participating.
Sorry, I'm just scared.
We need to have your name and address.
Well, I'm
Pull it down. Well, just to tilt it. Just tilt it, hon. There you go.
I am James. I live on 871 North Esplanade Street, Mount Clemens.
What's your last name, James?
Waltman.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to say I'm so happy of my brother that some people don't accomplish it and like 4% of people do it. And I just wanted to say I'm really happy.
All right. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Mike Zubas, 221 Cass. I wanted to give a little report about my park cleanups. I wasn't able to last time because I showed up too late in the meeting, so I felt kind of bad about that. But the first park cleanup was pretty good at MacArthur Park. I was by myself, but that was because I scheduled it during church time. That was my fault. I didn't want to get in the way of the soapbox derby. It would have conflicted, but that one was pretty good. I spent 3 hours there, got 3 bags of trash out of it, and one shoe, which was interesting. And then at MacArthur Park, I found a different one shoe, but not as much trash. But an interesting gentleman by the name of Quentin. I don't know his last name, but he's a very kind gentleman. He told me that he has spent the entire summer cleaning up that park. I did not know that because he found out through his mother that I was doing it. He searched that park all morning looking for me and the people that was working with me and wanted to talk to me about that. So I just wanted to acknowledge Quentin's work on Shady Side Park and his continual, commitment to that part of the community. They really love Shadyside Park, so I'm hoping next year we could really do something good for that park. If not this, well, soon for sure. Thank you.
All right,
for your
thank
time.
you. Anyone else? Okay. Oh, you're okay. We didn't have any administrative responses, so approval of the minutes from previous meetings.
Move to approve the minutes from the September 18th, 2017 City Commission work session and the September 18th, 2017 City Commission meeting as presented.
Support.
Roll call?
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Menzer,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, on to general business. 9A, request approval of the pilot project for the wastewater treatment plant. Need a motion?
Move to approve the request to participate in a pilot project for the wastewater treatment plant conducted by Johnson and Anderson, and authorize the Utilities Director to sign and enter into the agreement with Johnson and Anderson and Suez.
Is there a second?
I would point out that the motion should read, and enter into the agreement with Johnson and Anderson. Delete the Suez. The contract with Anderson is for $43,500, of which they are paying $28,000 to Suez for the equipment, and we're not having a contract with Suez. So that's,
Okay.
just delete the and Suez from the motion.
Okay.
Does it need to be reread, or we just?
No, I
delete?
think that,
Delete is good.
Do we get a support? Did we get a support?
Support.
yeah, we did.
Okay.
Campbell.
Sorry.
As mandated by the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, the city's wastewater treatment plant must include tertiary treatment in our wastewater treatment process. The filters used in the current treatment process have been in place for 30 years and are in need of repair or replacement, with an estimated cost of nearly $1.2 million. As discussed with the City Commission at the work session of September 18th, significant technology advances have been made since the ABW filters were installed in the 1980s. The pilot project will provide an investigation of options for replacement of the ABW filters with newer, more efficient technology for a long-term solution that will allow the wastewater treatment plant to treat all the flow to the plant, including wet weather flows. Attached is a proposal for a pilot project to evaluate alternative tertiary treatment options for the wastewater treatment plant, along with an agreement for the rental of the pilot project mechanical equipment at a total cost of $43,500.
Comments, questions?
Just want to
Commissioner Button?
clarify the fact that that pilot is not the same thing as payment in lieu of taxes.
No, it's not.
It's an unfortunate coincidence.
Yes.
Commissioner Menzer?
Was this put out to bid?
Professional services. Any other questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Crop,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menzer.
Yes.
Okay, request, 9B, request approval of a second amendment to the city clerk's employment agreement. I need a motion.
Move to approve the second amendment to the city clerk's employment agreement effective October 2nd, 2017.
Support.
At its June 20th, 2016 meeting, the City Commission appointed Lisa Borges interim city manager and directed the city attorney to draft an amendment to her employment agreement to reflect an increase in salary and benefits on an annual basis. While employed as an interim city manager, in addition to her duties as city clerk, it has been over 1 year since Ms. Borges has admirably performed dual positions, and she has agreed to continue in this capacity. Therefore, an increase in annual salary is appropriate. A proposed second amendment to the employment agreement has been provided for the commission's consideration. Comments, questions? Roll call. We'll say it.
Great job.
Roll call.
Yes. Hill,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Okay, oh, excuse me. 9C, request approval for a second amendment to the Assistant City Manager's Employment Agreement. Need a motion?
I move to approve the second amendment to the Assistant City Manager's Employment Agreement effective October 2nd, 2017.
Support.
Okay. At its October 17th, 2016 meeting, the City Commission approved the appointment of Jeffrey D. Wood to the position of Assistant City Manager, in addition to his duties as the Public Service Director. It has now been almost a year since Mr. Wood has admirably performed a dual position. He has agreed to continue in this capacity. Therefore, an increase in the annual salary is appropriate. A proposed second amendment to the employment agreement has been provided to the Commission for your consideration. Questions, comments?
Ditto.
Ditto. Okay, roll call.
Menser,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Okay, 9D, approve purchases and payment of invoices. I need a motion.
Move to approve purchases and payment of invoices as presented.
Support.
Are there any questions? Commissioner Menser?
I just have a question about the MacArthur Park kayak launch. I'm not seeing a start date. I'm seeing a really nice letter from Anderson Eckstein, a really nice letter from the Clinton River Watershed Council. But we got an estimated date on when we're going to start any kind of construction?
Not right now.
Okay.
I just had one comment, that I was really pleased to see that I know that we have to take bids and we have to choose the lowest bidder, but I was really pleased that it went to a Mount Clemens company for the MacArthur Park kayak launch.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, roll call.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Okay, 10A, 10, consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Roll call.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Okay, city manager's report.
There was a work session scheduled prior to this meeting at 6 o'clock. And the next is a special city commission meeting will be held on Monday, October 16th at 6 p.m. for a public information meeting on the proposed farmers market shed. The meeting will take place in the commission chambers at City Hall, so right here. The Mount Clemens High School Homecoming Parade will be held on Friday, October 13th. The parade will begin at 4:30 p.m. from the City Hall parking lot and will travel through various residential streets before returning to City Hall. Traffic may be delayed briefly on Cass Avenue and Market Street during this time. Nominations are now being accepted for the Local Treasurer Award. Nomination forms are available at City Hall, in the City Manager's office, and on the city's website at www.cityofmountclemens.com. The deadline to submit nominations is December 15th. And the State of the City address, Mayor Dempsey will be delivering the 2017 State of the City address on Friday, October 27th. The event, presented by Macomb County Chamber, will be held at Oakland University Anton Frankel Center at 20 South Main Street in Mount Clemens. Doors open at 7:30 a.m. Tickets are $25 for members of the Macomb County Chamber and $35 for non-members. Visit the city's website for tickets and more information.
Questions? I guess we'll go on to commissioner comments. We'll start with Mr. Campbell.
I would like to say that actually was a very nice presentation by Troop 1489 and to the Turning Point here in Mount Clemens, so that was very nice. Also, congratulations to our city manager and assistant city manager. Things are running very smoothly.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill.
I second what Commissioner Campbell said to both comments. I'd also like to say kudos to the group that spent yesterday afternoon aiding a homeowner in cleaning up a blighted property in Mount Clemens. This group of 12 men and women are members of the First United Methodist Church of Mount Clemens and believe in putting their faith into action. I want to give another plug to the Bass City Association's 2018 calendar, which honors the 200th anniversary of Mount Clemens. You will want to check out the beautiful Mount Clemens homes and see if you recognize any of them from your neighborhood or your trips around Mount Clemens. One of these calendars can be yours for $10, and they are for sale at Johnson Printing on southbound Gratiot and Max and Ollie's in downtown Mount Clemens. I also happen to have several of them with me tonight if you're interested. I also want to remind everyone that we have a city election coming up in a little over a month on November 7th. Please pay attention to the candidates and make informed choices. And that's it for me tonight. Have a good evening and a great week.
Thank you. Commissioner Kraft.
I'd like to thank everyone who came out and expressed their views about the Floral Avenue project and in general tonight. It's always nice to see people out and exercising their right as citizens to participate in our democratic society. If you have watched the news, other than today, if you watched the news prior to that, it's not so easy to do in other countries such as Spain, so we're lucky to have the rights that we have as citizens, but it's also a responsibility. So I'm proud that there were, and hopefully we can make decisions as a group here. I can tell you and assure you as a commission are very concerned about how much nonprofit and how much revenue, of course, that weighs heavily on this board, as we have has a legal responsibility to produce a balanced budget. So with that being said, I also have my coffee talk coming up this month, where you can also participate and tell me your concerns about Mount Clemens and hear what is happening. I will be hosting the coffee talk at John's Family Grill on October 10th and October 14th, which is a Tuesday and a Saturday, both at 9:30 a.m. Hopefully you can join me on one of those. I'd like to say a huge congratulations to Ronnie Woltman on his Eagle Scout project. I feel like especially today with the events in Las Vegas, and when you turned on any kind of news station, the awfulness that was happening in the world, it was nice to see a little light. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Menser.
So first, I'd like to give a shout out to our fire department. They are featured in Now Magazine, fall issue for the articles Local Firemen's Favorites. Our own Dave Buscaino, he's right here, he's a 12-year employee of the city. Showed off his cooking skills with swordfish, bought locally at Andrea's on Harper and Crocker, with fresh lemon, basil, and asparagus, all bought at our farmers market. It's a very healthy meal for our men who work 24-hour shifts. So, guys, I'll come to dinner anytime. I also want to talk about the Mount Clemens Optimist Club is in need of decorated trunks for Trunk or Treat 2017. It is on Saturday, October 28th from 12 to 3. Decorate your trunk, pass out candy for $25 a vehicle. I'm going to leave some forms. I have some here with the city clerk's office, or you can contact me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. That's a great event. We had, I think, upwards of 3,000 kids last time. It's a lot of fun. Anybody who wants to help pick up trash and keep our neighborhoods looking great can help us, the Mount Clemens Optimist Club. On Saturday, this coming up Saturday at 9 o'clock, we're meeting in the St. Louis parking lot at Harper and Crocker with many hands. The work is quicker, faster, and more fun. Macomb Community Action is taking appointments in Mount Clemens for Medicare open enrollment assistance. You might not realize that Medicare Part D and Part B change every year. They will explain these changes to you. They will assist you with comparing plans and showing you available options. It is free of charge, but you must call for an appointment, 469-5228. Appointments start October 16th and run through December 7th. The Seminole Hills Neighborhood Watch just donated $200 to the Anton Art Center Saturday Mixed Media Workshops for low-income youth who attend Mount Clemens Public Schools. With this donation, 8 kids will get scholarships to the Art Center workshops. This is a group that cares about our community and our children. And I want to give special thanks to board members Julie Frusciano, Kyle Stevens, and Mark Callis. You people rock. I want to give praise and thanks to our DPS forestry crew who trimmed a tree in front of my house. They did an excellent job. They cleaned up the property perfectly. Our employees throughout this city continue to work shorthanded and without enough thanks. We are lucky they chose to work in Mount Clemens. So thanks, guys. You guys rock too. And finally, in keeping with my tradition, where have I been in the last month? You'll notice my theme, 3 Blind Mice, where it was a 90-degree day and I sat out on the patio and enjoyed some beverages. O'Halloran's, where I enjoyed poutine and their feta dip and some beverages. Gumbo's in the Sweet Shop. I'm going to admit to you that I now have an addiction to their mac and cheese. It calls me at night, I can hear it. Bass City, Gus's Coney Island, the Mount Clemens Grill. I've been to the farmer's market where I bought things I probably shouldn't have because I should just apply them directly to my hips. Anton Art Center, the Mount Clemens Library. Memory Lane, where they had this weird little carved wood thing that said Harold. Well, my brother's name is Harold. And when we're really upset with him, we call him Harry. And so I've got that, and I'm going to just hide it in his house, and he will find it one day. And I imagine even here, we will hear him scream. And I want you to know I also stopped in at the AmVets. We all benefit, the entire city benefits, when we patronize our local shops and restaurants. So please do so.
Thank you. Commissioner Button.
All of you who believe in prayer, I encourage you to pray for the tragedy that happened in Las Vegas. Useless, senseless episodes like that should never happen in the United States of America. And moving on. In search of something to do to celebrate for the first part of this month, October 6th is German American Day. If you're not German or American, or German anyway, you can celebrate that day anyway. October 9th is Columbus Day, something to celebrate. And October 16th is National Boss Day, so be nice to your boss. On October 27th, the Mount Clemens Community Coalition for Youth and Families will be hosting a career day to introduce high school students to careers and skills that would be in the service industry, in the trades, skilled trades industry, in the construction industry, and as well as college careers. If you know of someone that would be interested in speaking to students about these employment or career possibilities, please contact me at the city by regular mail or by email. The coalition will also be having their biannual Drug Take-Back Day event on Saturday, October 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Wilson Gym, located at 58 South Wilson in Mount Clemens. Prepare to bring your unused, unwanted, and expired drugs to be properly disposed of by the Sheriff Department. This is a national event, sponsored by the Drug Enforcement Agency, and we are pleased to participate. We will probably be mentioning this again at the next meeting. And now for Commissioner Wisdom. When people speak unkindly about you, try to live so that all will know that what they say is untrue. And that's an unknown creator. And Pablo Picasso said, "I am always doing that which I cannot do in order to learn how to do it." Think about that one. Anyway, with that, we'll say good night.
Thank you. Commissioner Ford.
It was nice to see so many residents turn out tonight about the floral issue. That was nice.
Thank you. I too just want to say that congratulations to Ronnie again. He approached me about a year ago. He and his mother came to see me, and they were telling me that he had an Eagle project, and he wasn't quite sure what to do, but he wanted to do something for Mount Clemens. So we kind of talked about different things that he could do, and then he came up with the turning point that he wanted to help people. And for Ronnie, he has autism, as he mentioned tonight. So for people without autism, it's hard to get up and speak, and it's hard to get up and do what he did. But I really was very happy that he was able to share his project with all of us. So congratulations again. Albert Schmalley's here tonight, a new member of the Beautification Committee. Commission. We're glad to have you on board, and I know they are glad to have you. And you were a winner of Yard of the Year award on Hubbard. And he has a great yard. He keeps that looking really great. So I'm out there every day. Yeah, I know. Columbus Day Parade is this Saturday. So it's on Main Street. I think it starts right around the post office, and it goes down to Market Street. So if you get a chance, it's supposed to be nice this Saturday. Come on out and cheer the Columbus Day group along. Real talk that Commissioner Button talked about, we are looking for anyone in the trades. So if you know of anybody who is a person in various trades, electrical, plumbing, anything like in any trades, we are looking for them to come and spend a few hours with us, that you could talk to the students about what you do and encourage the students that may not want to go to a four-year college but are looking to do something with their life. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what you do. So if there is anybody out there, please contact myself or Commissioner Button, and we'd like to get that going. Let's see, what else did I have? I think that's it. Oh, no, my goodness, thank you. The book. This is our bicentennial. Next year will be our 200 years. And this book was written just recently by Debbie Larson, who is the assistant librarian in Mount Clemens. And it's a history of Mount Clemens, basically 200 years of history. It's a great book. It's got pictures. It has great pictures in here, many pictures that have never been published before. It talks a lot about, of course, our earlier years versus the, as I call them, the 70s and 80s and 90 years. But it does talk about our rich history. These books are for sale for $15. You can buy them here at City Hall, the library, Johnson's Printing, and am I missing anywhere else? I think that's where we are. We did sell them at the Oktoberfest, and I want to thank the DDA. We had a great Oktoberfest. Talk about 90-degree weather sitting out there, but it turned out really great. So kudos to the DDA for that. But this book is for sale. All proceeds of this book will be going toward various projects that we are planning for next year for the bicentennial. So it's a great book to read. With that, I need a motion to adjourn. So all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.